Hello and welcome to another edition of the Ask Dr. Pickel show, where we help people find answers to chronic health issues and chronic health problems. And today we are going to talk about babies and things needed for the brain, especially one thing in particular I want to really go into, and this is called DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. And maybe you've heard of this. Maybe you've heard of like EPA, DHA, EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid. These are in a lot of oils, especially like fish oils, although I'm not a fan of fish oils, which I'll talk about at a different point. But there's other ways to get these oils, but especially we need this DHA. So what is it? What does this mean? What do we need this DHA for? And how does it affect, especially in this video, growing brains in babies, children? So the thing is adults, yeah, we need things for our brain too. But when it comes to kids are developing. Babies are developing quickly, very quickly. It's amazing how fast they're developing. So they need these fatty acids. These are what are called long chain fatty acids. And I don't know if you really need to know that. And there's many sources for these, but I don't like a lot of the fish sources or seafood sources because of the mercury contamination. So, but DHA plays just a giant role in development of the brain, development of the eyes. It has been shown to enhance cognition. In fact, the brain develops so fast that by the age of 2, the size of the brain is already about 3/4 of the adult brain. And just within that first year of growth, the brain has about 175% growth within that first year, which is a lot. And then the second year is about another 18%. And then after that, an additional 21% occurs after the age of 2, all the way to adulthood. So those early years, that first year of life, critical to brain development. And there's certain needs of the brain. And one of them really is this DHA. Now, this is just, I guess you could call it like a building block of the brain. So pretty important for cognition, emotions, social and behavioral development. There was a study that was done or published in the Journal of Clinical Epidemiology and Global Health. And it basically said that children with higher levels of DHA in their system exhibited higher cognitive, language, motor, information processing skills as they progressed from infancy to young adulthood versus kids who did not have adequate levels. And there's other journals that have said many things too. In fact, there's been studies on older kids that were in the range of 7 to 9, and they showed considerable improvement in reading, memory, and behavior just by being placed on this healthier diet with at least 600 milligrams of DHA per day. But the thing is really, if we really want to get into it, I would say the DHA should be increased at least 3 months prior to getting pregnant. If that's possible, because sometimes things happen and people don't know. But again, but even for adults, taking DHA, taking EPA are important, but especially DHA. And if you are a future mom, take DHA. If you are a pregnant mom, take DHA. If you have already had your baby and your baby's growing and now as a toddler, take DHA, have them take DHA. Again, there's no negatives to DHA intake, but There are some newer information coming out how it can support, ADD, ADHD issues, which makes sense because it helps with cognition. Anytime you do something that helps the brain, um, from an essential fatty acid point, our brain is made of fats. And so when we get the good fat in there, we get increased brain cell effectiveness, let's put it that way, or ability to work properly, as opposed to the things that are in most foods, which are going to be your bad fats. We tendency is to eat a lot of fried foods and these fats that go to high temperatures and turn. So getting these good fats in is so important, especially for the brain, especially for the eyes, eye development. There's lots of studies now showing too, you'll see a lot of kids who maybe have visual issues, and it's not really talked about. These kids that you have to get glasses at very young ages. And is this due to a lack of essential fatty acids that affect the nervous system, that affects eye development? Big possibility here. So very important to look at. I would say do increase those levels of DHA in your system, and it can only help. And don't hesitate to look up more on this. You can go online, look up a lot more details about DHA. And but again, I'm not a big fish oil source fan. Algae oil, good stuff. I'm not going to talk about that right now as much, though. It's another topic. All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and God bless. And don't hesitate to forward this, post it on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Give us the thumbs up. Give us all the follow us. Everything. All right. Because there's other people who need this information. Okay. Have a wonderful day. And again, God bless.